All right. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday, TGIF. What am I talking about? Every day's Friday right now, so let's enjoy it. I don't think I've ever done a video where I showed my entire campsite the way I set it up. So let's do that, and let's do a walk around so you can see where I put everything up at. I kind of leave a lot of space around the tents because of the guidelines that come out to hold it down to the ground, just so there's less chance of tripping over the wires. Walk around the side here, give you an angle from back here. We'll talk about my swing out hitch also. Got some other things to show you about that. But I'm actually not going to leave these tents up. It's still too windy, but I wanted to set them up just for this video. Let's talk about this rug here. This is a rug made of plastic straws that are recycled. And out here in the desert, you got to nail them down. So I took a long screw and put a washer around it, taped the washer onto the head, and you just drive it right through the rug. The rug is doubled right now. It's actually much larger than this, but just because of the wind, and I really don't need a rug that big, I doubled it up. Let's back out here, give you a shot coming in from the rear view. One great thing I like about this pop-up clam tent here is I mostly just use it for the shade that it casts. I don't really sit in it a lot. I'm sure I will in the summer when the mosquitoes are out. But right now, if I need some shade, I just sit right here in this shady spot. So let's talk about this swing out hitch. As you see here, it swings out to the driver's side. And this is it closed up. That blue tub just gets pinched in there when you close it up. You don't even have to ratchet strap it down. I've ridden thousands of miles like this. It's pinched in there, and I have that rug over the top of it that protects the paint on the door. And it just wedges in there real nice and tight. Here's the swing out view. Swings out, clears both of the doors real nicely. Here's the other side. And everything fits just right on there. You know, my bucket, my other trash container. Fits perfectly on this rack that I got from Harbor Freight, and the hitch came from Kuat, K-U-A-T. Buy it from their website if you want one. Here you can get an idea how far it sticks off the back when it's open, and sometimes I put a brace under it, sometimes I don't when it's open, because I don't carry a lot of weight anyway, so most of the time I just let it hang freely. The wind is kicking up here. It's about to blow my shower tent down. I don't have it staked around the bottom. I just have the guide wires out on it on four corners. And on the pop-up clam tent, I really only have it down in three places where it has three guide wires that come off of it. Here's a rear view, so you can kind of see how I space things out, just so I don't accidentally trip on any wires that come off the tent that go to the tent stakes in the ground. Look at all that space back behind me. Actually, behind me right now is Hobo Joe's right across the wash, and Max, and I don't know if Minivan Lee is still there yet, or still there right now. I'll have to walk over there in just a minute. I got to give Joe a water jug that I've been holding on to for her. But in the meantime, I wanted to make this so you can see how I set my camp up. I think I forgot to mention I'm back in Quartzsite right now. I left Parker this morning. I got up early, went to the laundromat, got my laundry done in Parker, and I aired my tires up. And speaking of tires, you know, that previous air pump I had failed, so I went to Walmart, bought another one, and got some groceries. So I'm set for a while. I am staying put for several days right here in Quartzsite. My plan is to stay for 4 days, and then I think I'm going to head down toward Tucson area, because the 1st of March, I'm going to be going back to Georgia to visit my dad for a week or so. So I think I'm going to start meandering on down toward Tucson. That way I can just leave out of the Tucson area and head back to Georgia in about a month. And I probably will wander on into New Mexico also. We will see how that goes. but the last few days I spent in Parker, and I spent my days doing business stuff. I did my taxes, and I got online with America's Mailbox in South Dakota and got that started. That's going to take quite a while for that to process through. I'm also going to register my van in South Dakota, so no more emissions testing in Nashville, Tennessee. And I will eventually have to go to South Dakota in person in 2024. And the reason for that is my current driver's license from Tennessee will expire in December of 2024. Then I will actually have to go in person to South Dakota, stay one night at a campground, and then go to the county clerk office and get my South Dakota's driver's license. So I don't actually have to go there in person until the end of 2024. Now, that's going to be December. I don't want to be in South Dakota in December, so I'll probably actually go in August of 2024 to get my driver's license squared away. Back to taxes. It's quite an ordeal dealing with YouTube revenue, and Google owns YouTube, but your actual 1099 form comes from their holdings company. So it's a little confusing getting your taxes done, but it took about 5 hours of the day just to do taxes. The good thing is I do everything on TurboTax, and I do everything digitally. And I do believe the health care mandate is back, because I could not submit my taxes without my 1095A form that shows that I did have health care last year. When I left my job, I did not have any health care in October, but I did buy a plan that went through November and December from healthcare.gov. So I had to get on their website from that insurance company, locate the 1095A form, download a PDF of it, and submit it on TurboTax and go back and correct all the mistakes because that was neglected. But the second time I submitted it, it went through, and it looks like I'll be getting some money back this year. Last year I had to pay, what was that, $1,100 in taxes, additional to what I'd already paid throughout the year. But this year it looks like I overpaid a little bit. I'll be getting some back. So that's great. It's coming at a good time. I need it. I hope to hear back from America's Mailbox Company in the next few days so I can get my new address, so I can dump my UPS store address in Nashville. That UPS store is $400 a year, and they're real hard to deal with. Just try to get my mail forwarded out here to Arizona. The America's Mailbox plan I bought is the silver plan, and it's about $180 a year. So that'll be some good savings on that. And after I get my mailbox established, then I will be making some photocopies of my title and sending them my title so they can register it for me. They take care of everything for me. And then they send me my new license plates in the mail to wherever in the country or the world that you are at the time. They'll send them to you. And I will remove my Tennessee plates and put on my South Dakota plates. This whole process doing that's probably going to take a month or two. So that's why I'm getting on the ball now, because my current plates expire the last day of June 2022. So in closing, if you want to be a full-time nomad and you want to stay legal with your taxes and your vehicle registration and your driver's license and your mailing address, it takes a lot of research on how to figure it all out. And there's a lot of good YouTube videos out there on how to do it that explain it a lot better than I can. And also, as you're going to these meetups, talk to people and ask them, how did you do it? And I got a lot of advice from people that just did it in South Dakota, and they all told a very similar story. So I knew that that sounded pretty legitimate and the best way to go, because South Dakota is income tax free as far as their state taxes go. And also they can do everything through the mail for you, where you don't have to go in person. until it's time to get your South Dakota driver's license. And that was a key factor for me because I don't want to spend $1,000 in gas going to South Dakota and back. Even though I will eventually have to do it, but not for 2 more years. So let's wrap it up, my friends. Thanks for your time. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, be well, and smash the bell.